I'd like to welcome everyone back to our podcast, Unloaded. This is Michael Seahorn.
Shannon Morrow.
And we are glad to be back again on our podcast here. Shannon, how you been this week?
Good.
Been good?
Good enough.
Good. He said good enough. I appreciate that.
Dude, when I asked you before we started recording, when you first came in, how are you? You responded, I'm here, right? And the conversation ensued. Like, man, it takes a lot for us to not show up. Even though we're might be running a little ragged, we still choose to show up. I'm here. How you doing? I'm here. Good. Cool. Good enough. We made it.
Yeah, I am here. That's the damn truth today, man. Lots been going on, I think, since our last two recordings. That was revolved around my mom and some other things that we talked about. But I think sometimes life just, feels like you just, we've talked about it, man. You just feel like you just kind of keep getting hammered a little bit, It's like that. It's like that nail that you can't get to go in straight, and then you pull it out, right, to try to put it. You know what I'm talking about, right? And you try to get it to go back in, but it goes in at an angle, and you're like, "Damn, dude, I can't get this thing to go straight." Right?
I've learned in time to get a new nail. They get bent.
In latter years, I would just hit it as hard as I could to see if I could get it to go in. But
How'd that work?
It never worked. Absolutely never, dude.
Yeah, man. So, hence the theme of our podcast, the weight. You're feeling the weight today.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
How you coping with that? How?
We all have those days, man, and some are good, some are bad. I don't try not to use good, bad. I just some are a little bit more, heavier than other days.
It's
right?
a broad scale.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you're on the heavier side today. Yeah.
Interesting theme that keeps coming up. This definitely for the last week here is. I'm a very, very big proponent of balanced scale in my relationships. Yeah. And I know not everybody is going to like that word, but I'm a very... Not only am I a very energy-driven human being and just the way I live day to day, I find a lot of value when the people that are in your inner circle or even outside of that inner circle where you're just friends or acquaintances or whatever the title or role may be. I've always been a big proponent of energy in, energy out. And sometimes it feels that certain relationships sometimes become very one-sided. Now, for me personally, when I start to feel that the relationship is very one-sided, and what I mean by that is it's just there's a lot of take, if that makes sense.
And give.
But when there's a lot of take,
when the give/take feels quite out of balance.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in this relationship, you're doing most of the giving, hence the other side is most of the receiving. And that imbalance is growing worrisome for you. And so I know you, man. Sometimes you've cut off relationships, and sometimes that's the easy or quick about it, and other times depending on the relationship or how much we value it, is there a way to start tipping the balance back, the scale back?
Yeah, and I don't want I don't want our listeners or even people who know me to think that I just pull the trigger and just be like, oh, it's not working out, peace out. I'm bringing this up because I've noticed this happening with some other individuals that I've come in contact with through the last week, that they're also having some of these issues. And they were asking me my opinion on, how do you deal with these things? And I told them, I said, I can't really tell you how I deal with it because for me, it is very, very important that it is very specific to the person and the relationship, right?
And the circumstances.
It's a totality of a lot of different things, right? The one thing that I have learned, especially I think maybe over the last 5 years for sure, is I'm not afraid to have difficult conversations with people in my life. And I'm not afraid to tell people if it's important enough for me to say, hey, Shannon, I'm just using this as an example so nobody freak out there. If I were to say, hey, Shannon, man, like, we've been friends for a long time now, over a decade. It just feels like, I'm giving a whole lot here and I haven't got a lot from you lately, whatever that may mean. That in itself should I hope would be received in a way that they would see the importance of why that conversation is coming up. You see where I'm going with that?
A little bit.
Conversely, if I have an individual that, let's say, I have only known for a very short time and it is absolutely apparent that maybe I feel that the relationship is a little toxic, or maybe I just feel like that relationship should not be in my inner circle, I'm very quick to say, cut it off and roll out. You've known that. We've talked about it, even on these podcasts. But I think when I have a relationship, whether it's a friendship, it doesn't matter what the dynamic is. If it's important to me, I think I'm pretty open about having conversations with people on the other side and just saying, hey, man, like this, I don't think this is working out anymore. You know what I mean?
Or, yeah.
It's hard to put into words because I'm trying to explain something that happens on a very deep level. Right?
It's quite personal in our experience, how we experience and perceive our connection with others.
Yeah, it is. And I don't have a lot. My inner circle is really small by design. I have a lot of acquaintances. I have a lot of staff. I have a lot of employees. I have a lot of external relationships. But my inner circle is very small. It always has been. But I err on the side of quiet sometimes, and I know that about myself. When things get heavy with me, you can ask anybody that knows me well. You're one of them. I do tend to withdraw inside, like we've talked about in previous episodes, because it's how I have to start the process. I don't go blab off 50 dudes' ears, whining and crying about whatever it is I'm trying to mentally go through or spiritually go through. It's just something that's personal.
Feeling,
right. It's personal to me. So I generally go within myself and then start that process of sitting with the weight, looking at that weight, facing whatever it is I'm trying to face, identify the feeling or feelings, because a lot of times there's more than one, right?
Yep.
And that in itself is very difficult, because we are our own critics, worst critics, and we are also our own best cheerleaders, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at yourself in the mirror and just, yeah, man, you're the best guy that's ever walked on the planet. Sure, you could think that about yourself, and I wouldn't pass judgment one way or the other.
You think that once in a while about yourself.
Yeah, about 15 years ago, there was no doubt about that. But, then there are other times where, we're going through things in our ego or whatever it is you want to call it, subconscious mind, whatever the terminology is, we'll start having that inner conversation where, hey, man, you're good. You didn't do anything wrong. Look at that guy. You're fine, bro. This has nothing to do with you. You can get caught in that real quick, man, and it's easy to do. Thank the Lord, over the last 12 years now, coming up 12 years, I have a really good inner peace because that's what I've been searching for. Somebody asked me the other day, man, are you searching for happiness? No, I'm not searching for happiness, man. I'm searching for peace. That's what I've been on this journey for. It's peace, true inner peace. You've known where I started from.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I was at peace when we met.
No.
Right?
No.
And the person looked at me kind of odd, and he said, "What do you mean? Searching for happiness?" That's not what I'm searching for, man. My personal journey in life is peace, man. I just want to be at peace as a human being.
And good luck with that, right? Because the nature of life as human beings is often not very peaceful. As we, of course, experience on the daily, right? And so the search for peace, or the intention for peace, or even the creation of peace, yes. And there is also non-peace, which we can put a lot of things in there. And,
no, for sure.
Yes, to even identify, historically I've not had very much peace at all, very, very little, to now, like, oh my goodness, being able to really relax into and just find that comfort and that ease and much greater peace much more often. And it's still fleeting.
Yeah. I would say for the large majority of the time, man, even when I'm going through some really heavy things, man, I still feel pretty good at peace in my center.
Really?
I do.
At the same time?
I do. And I think the reason for that is because over the last 12 years of this journey, it's taken a shit ton of discipline, and it's taken a shit ton of trial and error.
Yeah.
It's taken a ton of getting smacked around by the universe and the earth and everything that's involved. Shannon knows a lot of that's occurred over the last decade with me. But I can confidently say, man, that today I earn for that peace, man. It's like we've talked about in the past. You earn to feel that peace within yourself. It's something that you become accustomed to, and you seek it out. You want to keep a hold of that, right?
Like you're yearning for it.
Yeah. So you and I've talked about where I've had a real difficult time, and I think about, 6 episodes ago or so, where I was just having a fucking week of just getting beat down, right? And I wasn't trying to run from it. What I was seeking was to go back to the place where you feel that peace.
In the midst of the storm,
Correct.
To still be able to return home, just like, okay, both can exist. That is so dead on, man. Thank you.
Right?
Yep.
It's like that old, I don't know where it ever came from. They're like, even in the darkest storm, man, the sun's still shining.
Yeah, it's
right?
still
You can't see it. It's there. It's still there. It doesn't go away, right?
That's great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, when we've talked about it many, many times, man. I love morning. I think the morning time for me is the most magical hours of the day.
It's sacred, the dawn.
Right? It's quiet. It's the earth's quiet. Like birds are still sleeping. Like everything is just quiet, and I think when you sit in that and you just are present with it, man, I think it does a lot for you spiritually. And I think it does a lot for you internally.
That serves you well, man. That really, how lovely to be able to attribute a lot of your own development to sitting quietly in the morning and just like creating that peace for you.
It's a good start to your day.
Hell yeah. Right? I can't imagine better, man. Right? Thank you.
So the relationship thing that we were talking about a little bit ago is, in my life, I am very cautious and I'm very careful of allowing toxicity or large amounts of negativity to enter my personal space.
Great. Good.
It's something that I don't tolerate. It's something that I wish more people might start to recognize, because the more toxicity and the more negativity that flows into you and your internal space, man, it can overwhelm you before you even know you're overwhelmed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right? And then you're like, I'm not even getting out of bed tomorrow. Right? It's that compounding factor that you've talked about a lot over the last episodes about, there's things that we don't want to talk about. We talked about it the last episode. I'm not ready to talk about and sit with my mom's passing. I'm not ready for it. I'm not going to do it. I think your question was very valid. Can you put something away forever? Don't know. I don't know.
Yep.
You don't know. I don't know.
It's so
Right?
case by case.
It's crazy.
We're all so different. Each situation is so different. They're all going to be different.
It's all different, right? So I'm just very cautious, man, of when I feel my inner warning signs telling me, hey, man, like this circumstance has been coming up again and again and again, and it revolves around the same thing, the same theme. It's very negative. I cut it out. I choose that because, like I just said, for me, my inner peace is what's the most important thing to me as a human being.
Yeah.
Second most important thing to me is being here and trying to help other people, i.e. the podcast Unloaded. That's what this thing was created for, right? It's just, days are hard, man. We all got them. We all go through them. Some more, some less, but we all deal with them.
Yeah. And even when they're really hard, to remember, oh yeah, the sun is still
there,
up
man.
there, man. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and so that's why I intentionally, I seek peace. I think once you find,
And you're protected as well.
100%,
You're pretty protective of your peace.
You are.
Yeah.
It all ties together.
Yeah.
You start tolerating a lot less shenanigans, man.
Wow. Yeah. Huh. Peacekeeper. Yeah. Huh.
Because if you don't keep it for yourself, who's going to keep it for you?
No. Right. That we must be responsible for our own internal states as well as external actions, behaviors. It's great to that amount of responsibility. Like, what? Wait, I'm creating most all of this, and it's pretty empowering. It's to allow ourselves to be more the author of our lives, our experiences, our actions. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. I think some of us, and I won't say all, because Shannon called me out on it, but I think some of us have, at some point in our lives, maybe not for some, but I think for most of us, we've all come across that one person, or maybe it was, it could be in your friend list, could be in your family, but we've all run across maybe that one person where you meet them, man, and just like, as soon as they either come into the party or the meeting or just you're around them and they're super chill, like that shit's contagious. You guys know what I'm talking about,
yes. Right? Oh, yeah, man. For sure.
Right? You're just like, there's something about being in that presence. It's
so attractive. It's like just someone who just like, someone who's at ease, someone who like truly, like authentically just comfortable in their own skin, not worried about too much. My wife used the beautiful word unbothered.
Yeah.
Right?
That's fair.
Like, can you imagine just being able to we are human. Things will bother us, of course. That, while at the same time, if we prefer or even strive for a more unbothered approach, it is very attractive.
It's contagious, and I think a lot of times I strive to be that individual, especially when you're in a senior leadership role, because I think it's very important, that you can set the tone, if you will, when you come into a meeting or you come into a room or you come into whatever it is you're doing. And immediately I would hope that people are like, oh, okay, man, like this, we're good. Everything's good. We're going to have a good conversation. Everybody just feels a little less heavy.
Nice.
A little less.
Dude, and most of that's like somatically. Most of that is your heartbeat, the rate of your respirations, right? How much tension you're holding in your body, your posture, your proximity, how quick or slow you're moving, your very eye movement. Most of it is originating from the body. And of course, our speech, and that's kind of the content, but how much of the more context is like what's happening in the room, and how you described it as contagion. Energy cannot not be affected by other energy in a way. I don't know. And so, of course, in a room full of your employees, if you enter all hot and bothered versus if you enter cool as a cat, it's going to really set the tone for everyone else.
Yeah, it does. And I think you are right that people may not be as honed in on the energy stuff that we talk about here and there on this podcast, but I will tell you, energy is a real thing. It's in all things, and it's important because, and I thought this was kind of like a hoodoo thing back in the day when people are like, hey, when you go to a new time zone where there's a drastic difference in time, find yourself a nice grassy plot, take your shoes and socks off, and just stand in the grass and let that energy with the earth flow, and it centers your body to the location that you're at.
Yes, for real. How could it not? Of course.
So I've practiced that.
Yeah.
We've done it, and it's a thing, man.
Just grounding, man. Yeah.
It's like the planet. It's like you're the GPS signal, right? And the planet's oh, hey, yeah, you're right here.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
And that lag seems to dissipate very, very quick.
Nice.
So just throw that out there.
Yeah.
It's a thing, man.
What? Energy? What?
Yeah.
Where are we at, man? What time is it?
No, we're good.
Huh?
So anyway, that's just a long way around of saying that I'm just, in my life today, I'm just very cautious about unbalanced relationships, toxicity, and negativity in my life, man.
If there's energy that doesn't really align with yours and affects yours in ways that you don't really want, then you are pretty quick and conscious around avoiding it or, decreasing your level of exposure, the amount of influence it has over you.
Yeah, and I want people to know too. This is not this is not something that I do with ill intent. It's not meant to harm or make people feel a certain way. It's just I am protecting myself. I've had an individual out there has reached out to me. Today was the second time. Set a meeting up. Last minute cancellation. Twice. This is the second time. So I'm okay.
Huh?
I'm good. My response was, no problem. I'll let you know the next time I'm available. That's not going to happen. There is no next time. I'm good.
So you just spoke falsely.
No. If down the road I see that there's value in that, or there's a time where I feel like I'm maybe open to having another possible conversation or meeting, then I'll reach out to him. But it's not going to be anytime soon. I've got too many things going on, and I'll tell you one thing, and this can go for all of our listeners out there. You don't get your time back. It's the one thing that is spent, and once it's spent, you can't retract it. You can't go back and get that time. That time is over. And for some people have a very limited amount of time that they can offer to other people, especially when you're trying to fit things in and you're trying to make space for someone, not at my request, but at their request. And I get things come up, and I'm pretty darn flexible kind of a guy, but when it happens the first time and then you just don't respond, and then the next time we set it up, it's a hard date, hard time, 40 minutes before you show, you cancel again. It tells me you have whatever's going on with you. I'm cool with that. I just choose not to continue to walk that path, bro.
Nice. So you didn't take it too personally.
No,
You didn't
not at all.
get too butthurt.
No.
Like, yeah, you're just like, oh, like you just said, whatever they got going on. Okay.
I honor it.
Yeah, nice. And it's just because truly we don't know. We have no idea what's going on.
No.
And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We just must continue to make decisions for ourselves, just, yeah, exactly. That is that authorship. Like, okay, this is what I choose, and you lead with openness and generosity and wanting, of course, to just help other people a lot, and, when naturally that gets diverted or, rerouted, good.
Yeah. And this isn't a blanket statement by any means, because Shannon is very good at reminding all of us that everything is independent on its own. Relationships are independent amongst the relationship that you're in. This individual, I don't have a personal relationship with. It's just somebody from my past, and it is what it is. So, there's always another side to the coin. We understand that, especially in the world of duality. So, we're not talking about somebody that I've had a friendship. Like if Shannon and I were supposed to meet a couple times, which it's happening over our decade of time together, schedules conflict, it can't be there. Hey, I have to cancel on you. I honor the shit out of that. Why? Because it's important to me. The relationship is important to me. Our relationship is important to me.
Which
right?
You misdescribed earlier as a friendship, right? And yes, of course, it is a friendship while it has been based on client clinician, right? And that's a really hard one, because within that, of course, natural friendship develops, while also and this relationship began and has been based on it's a therapeutic relationship.
It is.
But then we kind of breached that a bit in becoming co-host of a podcast together. You approached me with this idea, hey, I really want to do this. I was like, man, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so now, beyond client clinician, we are also podcast hosts. And of course, there's the natural underlying friendship, but it's not like a lot of the more organic friendships, it has, if I ever have to break up with you as a clinician, right? It would be unlikely that you and I would not ever see each other again.
I agree with that. 100%. and we've talked about that in past years, and that's come up. So, each thing is very special, and it's very intricate in whatever that relationship is. And my whole point to this is, I just want people to be cautious. It's okay to protect yourself, and I just wish I would see more people being okay with protecting their peace a little bit more, because we all want to help people. We all want to do the right thing. And
do we all? Yeah.
I don't know about we all, but I
often
like-minded people,
mostly,
right? Yeah. We try to be there for whoever it is. We all, I don't know, I won't go down that road, but
we
I just ask that as a human being, protect your own peace. That's what I'm trying to get to, man. We need to protect our peace because it's yours. Yeah. And if you don't honor that, I'm sorry, man, nobody else is going to honor it. That's just, they're not going to do it.
Yeah. Even in the midst of a storm.
Correct.
Where we can still find our peace.
100% you can. You can sit in a storm and be completely at peace if that's what your choice is. And,
yeah.
I've been there.
We can choose that. Wow.
I've been in it. You've seen it.
Yeah.
It's the darndest thing to go through something that's very heavy, but at the same time you choose to keep your peace. And like I said, there's no magic bullet to this thing called life, man. We're just out here trying to help. I wish there were some magic bullets once in a while, but haven't found any.
And beginning with out here to help ourselves as well. That again, duality. We must care for ourselves, assume responsibility for ourselves, direct ourselves, in ways that are appropriate for our values, be aware of ourselves, And then it will become clear to us ways in which we can show up in service to humanity, the world, in balance with still caring for ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, I agree, man. Well, it's been an enlightening show today for sure. I hope everybody out there is doing well and enjoying these last couple of weeks. If you're out here in the Nevada area, especially in northern Nevada, my heart goes out to the people who have endured these crazy fires, and some people have lost their homes. So I just want to, just give some good positive energy out there that, there are some people out here that think about those people and, their loss. It's another story, another time. I went through it when I was a very young child, so I feel for you. But sounds like they're getting a little bit more of a control on these fires out here. We've had some good rain. Hopefully that's helped. And like always, if you're out there, man, and you're needing someone to talk to or need some help, man, 988's out there for you.
For crises.
Yep, for a crisis. If you're feeling like you need to talk, and you need some help, just reach out. I believe you could text them as well.
Yeah.
Right. And like always, if you're really looking for a little bit different path, look up your local providers out there. Shannon's always got the nomenclature on that site. What's that site?
Psychologytoday.com.
There you go.
There's a pretty good clearinghouse.
There you go.
Yeah.
And you can punch in your area. Is that how that works?
By location. Just enter where you live, and then all the available psychotherapists will come up, good profiles, photos, and just
perfect.
see who's a good fit, explore it.
Perfect, man. Well, this is going to conclude this week's episode, and like always, this is Michael Seahorn.
Shannon Moore.
And we'll catch you on the next episode.